Today, I want to go over how schemas are a powerful tool for data quality in data pipelines, and what is schema inference, when you would want to use it. We'll also talk about write schema and read schema, and when you would want to separate them. Let's begin. First of all, schemas are a powerful tool for data quality. When reading and writing data, it's important to check every document against its schema. This guarantees your collections hold only clean data, and that bugs and invalid documents are caught before they can impact downstream data products. Whenever you set up a data capture, by default, Flow runs the discovery process, which is why after you click Next, Flow is taking a little while to think. The screen is not frozen. This discovery process is basically Flow asking your data source on your behalf to tell us about collections it sees in the source system, so that Flow can generate suitable JSON schemas for you. The schema specifications generated this way tend to be permissive. How permissive will depend on the data source. For example, MongoDB is schemaless, so it will always be fairly permissive unless you run schema inference. In most cases, you would want to capture all of your data from the source without restricting what gets captured, so you would want the schema to be permissive. But in some cases, you may want to impose different constraints to data that is being written to the collection and data that is being read from the collection. This is when you might want to have a write schema and a read schema. For example, you may need to start capturing data now from a source system, say a pub subsystem with short-lived historical data support or an HTTP endpoint, but you don't know or don't control the endpoint schema. You can capture the data with a permissive write schema and impose a stricter read schema on the data as you need to perform a derivation or materialization. You can safely experiment with the read schema at your convenience, knowing all the data has already been captured. The data captured can sit for months, many months, or even years, many years, before you decide what to do with it and where to materialize it to. Take our Wikipedia demo as an example. If you don't know what it is, here is a short video explaining our Wikipedia demo. When we look at the collection specification, which you can find on the captures page associated with your selected collection, you have an option to do schema inference. What this does is Flow helps you tighten your collection specification. It reviews the document in the collection, approximates the shape of your data, and creates a maximally restrictive read schema for you. The differences pulled from schema inferences are highlighted here. As you can see, what's on the right is a lot more restrictive. On the left, there's no requirement on server name or server URL, for example, but on the right, these are required in this case. After reviewing the differences that Flow generated, if you click Apply Inferred Schema, what Flow does is it will use the now more restrictive specs to create a read schema. What that looks like is you now have a write schema and a read schema. Lastly, schema inference is not only used to generate suitable JSON schemas for you, but it also performs many build time validations, helping you catch potential problems early. If you want to read more about this, our docs have a schema section that goes in greater depth on this topic, and it contains another simple example of when you would want to use both write and read schemas, such as when you don't know how purchase prices are formatted when capturing them, but find out later that number is the appropriate data type, for example. If you have any questions about schema inference, write and read schemas, feel free to reach out. Thank you for watching.